And now fans, the starters for the Gold Nuggets. Number 1, Luis Abella. Number 4, Amelia Thompson. Number 6, Juliana. Number 10, Anita Ruiz. Number 13, Alina Pikes. Number 14, Maureen Owusu. Number 15, Melissa Owusu. Number 16, Jada Wyatt. Number 21, Samira Roper. Number 23, Shakiana Doggett. Number 34, Leah Codier. Head coach for the Gold Nuggets, Ashley Cordero. Assistant coach, Daniel Cordero. Saeed Mahzain, Teresa Wissilok, and Dwayne Walker as the athletic trainer. And now, fans, the starters for your Aiden San Antonio Jaguars. Number 3, Julia Spears. Number 6, Anahi Banda. Number 10, Ana Patagon. Number 11, Jasmine Dominguez. Number 15, Frida Perez. Number 17, Odette Mota. Number 18, Avery Scott. Number 22, Skylar Parker. Number 25, Sam Lopez. Number 26, Kenya Bustos. Number 33, Isabella Villarreal. The head coach for the Jaguars, Tim Moody. Assistant coach, Jordan Burbank and Luigi Olivares. The head Ladies and gentlemen, for those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy, let us now stand and honor their efforts in our country. With the playing of the national anthem. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's broadcast of this Red River Athletic Conference matchup between your Texas A&M University San Antonio Jaguars taking on the Golden Nuggets of Xavier University out of Louisiana. And on behalf of the Jaguar Sports Network, my name is Cameron M. Caldwell, and I have the honor and privilege of being joined today by my color commentator, Jesus Lopez. Jesus, how are we doing today, sir?
Pretty good. Great weather. Not much wind, but seems like it'll be a great day for some soccer.
Absolutely, Jesus, and Jaguars doing their normal tactic and routine of smashing the ball into the corner of their opponent's half and trying to get them trapped in there. Jesus, what do you think is the tactics behind that one?
It looks like A&M San Antonio did not want to keep possession early. They wanted the ball on their opponent's side of the field. Very modern tactic, if I do say so. A lot of pro teams use this tactic because it looks like no matter how good your team is, a lot of times in those early minutes of the game when it's fresh off the kickoff, that ball is like a hot potato and you don't want to have it.
Absolutely. Things are nerves and momentum coming into a new game always makes a bit of a difference. And speaking of momentum, your Jaguars coming off of a tough loss, taking on the Eagles of TAMUSA, Texarkana, and it was a 4-0 loss. And
what a great
Golden
ball.
Nuggets in with a ball through inside, and Villarreal. And Nuggets up early already. That will be a goal for the Golden Nuggets coming out swinging, and that was just about 2 minutes into this game. Great ball sent up, as Jesus said, and Jesus got to think this may be a momentum swinger early on.
Definitely. I mean, great technique from the assist and great technique on the control and the two-touch finish. Definitely caught both of the center backs slacking. That was a perfect ball and perfect run because the striker went right in between the two defenders for Texas A&M San Antonio Jaguars, and both defenders were left guessing.
Absolutely, and Villarreal on the Jaguars' side of the field did her job coming out, closing the angle, but it just wasn't enough to stop that shot. And first shot of the game ends up with a goal, Jesus. That's not something we see often, but at this level you have to assume that anything can happen.
Definitely. Very similar goal happened an hour and 30 minutes away from here, actually, for San Antonio. Austin FC versus Nashville. There was a very similar goal that was scored in the 45th minute last night.
Absolutely, a mirroring image of the professionals and momentum changing already.
Definitely. It would be a throw-in for the Texas A&M San Antonio Jaguars.
Jaguars looking to reset, nothing necessarily to drop their heads about early on. Early goals happen, and no reason that they can't build back. It's just one goal, and here's Ana Barragan with a beautiful through ball inside. It looks to cut inside, and that one is cut off by the Nuggets defender.
Looks like it will be a set-piece corner kick for Texas A&M San Antonio.
Coach Moody doing some directing early on here, and that's what the defender wants you to do. Jaguars with the corner. Ball's coming inside. Ana Barragan on the corner, and ball's bouncing around. Nuggets trying to get it out, but can't keep it on the ground. It's like Skylar Parker knocks that one back inside. This is Odette Mota on the outside trying to keep possession of it in. That one's going to go out for a Nuggets goal kick.
Looks like Texas A&M San Antonio will have a high press for this goal kick. Looking to get the score back.
Looks like Nuggets have no problem building out of the back, and that they do. Great ball movement here early on. Have no problem playing backwards, starting from the back. Ball sent up to the top. Nuggets coach is wanting a foul. Looks like they think number 27 on the Nuggets side got fouled. Number 27 being, pardon me, looking for my, looks like we don't have 27 on our roster here, but, or 21 rather, excuse me. That's 21, Roper.
early on, but Xavier University looks to be very comfortable on the ball.
Absolutely, and now Jaguar is having their turn building out of the back, which was a point of discussion on Saturday's game, if you remember from our broadcast. Coach Moody did a lot of directing, wanted them to build out of the back rather than just play long balls, wanted them to keep possession. And Jesus, especially at this next level, that makes a big difference, being able to build out of the back and keep possession of it rather than sending it into the midfield and not necessarily knowing where that ball is going to go.
Definitely. At this level of the game, you need to really dictate the speed of play, and when things happen, especially because you can't be attacking for 90 minutes straight, you know, you need to learn how to recycle the ball and when to push up and when to push back. Looks like Texas A&M San Antonio looking for a counter.
That started with Lillian Spears, and speaking of number 3, Spears, she's got the ball back, and wouldn't be surprised if she sent that one back all the way to Villarreal, and she does. Even though 4 goals were conceded on the Jaguar side, Villarreal had a number of saves in the game against the Eagles. She recorded 8 saves on the stat sheet, did her job extremely well. And Christian Meza, thank you so much for being in our chat, supporting the entirely student-led initiative that is the Jaguar Sports Network. We appreciate you for being here, and also a member of Jaguar Media himself. Lillian Spears has 2 players on her. Can't lose it in this spot here. And looks like it is going to be a Jaguars goal kick. Seemed to be last touch taken by Spears, but referee saw otherwise, and Villarreal reset. You got to think, Jesus, that especially with the directing that Coach Moody was doing in the last game, that they worked on distribution from the back in practice over the course of this week.
Definitely. And I mean, right there with Spears, that was some great defensive action going on because she was outnumbered there, and she kept her composure and made sure to body the second player off the ball. Looks like it will be a foul in favor of Texas A&M San Antonio. That looks to be an illegal throw-in.
Coach Moody definitely a advocate for keeping the ball on the ground and keeping it in possession. No reason to necessarily knock it forward with a big long ball. Wants to just keep possession, knock it around in the back a little bit. And Villarreal is going to toss it out to Spears, and Spears has a little space to travel. Looks like she needs to get rid of it. Golden Nuggets have no problem pressing up immediately, so especially going up 1 goal within 2 minutes. They are bringing the pressure for sure.
Definitely. It looks like Xavier's playing the exact same game that Texas A&M usually plays with a high press. It looks like they have their back line on, if not above, the halfway point.
Absolutely, and there was the proof in the pudding right there of why Coach Moody wants to keep the ball on the ground. We saw a long ball, and it went straight to the Golden Nuggets center back. I don't know if that was a center back or the midfielder. As Jesus said, they're playing a very high line. I think it was a midfielder, though.
Yeah, you know, usually when you play such a high line, tactically you want to play some of those longer balls, but at this level, there really is, looks to be a offside. As I was saying, you know, usually when you play such a high line, the tactical correct decision would be to play a loft ball on top. But at this level, the defenders are just as fast as the attackers, and that usually doesn't end up with retaining possession. So I personally think since both teams are playing such a similar playing style, they really need to be playing on the ground and looking for those through balls and triangles.
Absolutely, and as we said right there, another great through ball. Unfortunately, number 13 on the Nugget side, unable to keep possession. That one's Baez. And Golden Nuggets coach is not happy with that last one being called off. Either way, Villarreal came out, did a great job closing her angle on the 1v1 and able to stop that attempt on goal. But Golden Nuggets not happy with the AR on this side.
Lillian Spears definitely has her work cut out for her. It's been the first 10 minutes of the game, and she's already done about 4 recovery runs. If this keeps up.
Nuggets.
Looks like there will be a handball.
Nuggets with the ball inside. No, Nuggets coaching arguing for a handball and had a clear attempt on goal. Once again, Villarreal standing tall and strong in net. collapsing dive save on that one. Has no problem controlling it, but Nuggets coach is looking for a handball. I can't say we saw it from our angle, Jesus. I think backs were turned maybe a little bit, but once again, Nuggets coach is not standing down from being very vocal this early on in the game.
I believe there was a contact, but there was a contact on the foot first. In the new modern rules of the game, if the ball touches the foot first and then ricochets off a hand in a more or less natural position, it will not be called as a handball, and I think that's what happened today. Again, we didn't have such a clear shot on what really happened, but I do believe there was a contact.
Absolutely, and if you're just hopping in this stream, Cameron M. Call, Jesus Lopez on behalf of the Jaguar Sports Network. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and if you're new to the Jaguar Sports Network, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button and support this entirely student-run initiative and in collaboration with the Communications Department and the Athletics Department. We just surpassed 900 subscribers, I think 2 broadcasts ago, Jesus, and right now we're currently sitting at 929 or in the 920s, and we cannot thank you enough. Golden Nuggets with another attempt, and that one wide right. I don't believe Villarreal got a hand on that one, so that'll be a Jaguars goal kick. But as I was saying, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button and support us. Help us reach our goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers before the end of the soccer season. And crazy to think how far we've come, Jesus. I know you weren't part of the organization when it started, but in just a year's time, we've surpassed 900 subscribers, and the amount of support that we've gotten. Golden Nuggets, another attempt. I believe Villarreal got a hand on that one, and Spears knocking it out to Barragan. Barragan on the line. Looks like she's going to beat her defender with no problem. She has Odette Mota on the other side. Looks like she's going to switch the play, and that's Frida Perez, who couldn't get control of that one. Nuggets ball once again.
You know, I think we just witnessed a miracle. That was an incredibly unlucky shot from Xavier. I mean, that hit the inside of the left post on the bottom left corner, and it bounced off the line. Usually, when it hits the post, it's going to bounce somewhat in, if not right on the line, but that just bounced straight out. Extremely unlucky for Xavier and extremely lucky for the Texas A&M San Antonio Jaguars.
Absolutely. As a former goalkeeper myself, I made a habit of it. Whenever the post would save me, I'd go over there, give it a little tap, kiss my gloves and tap it. You know, thank you for being on my side. It was part of my pregame ritual. Jesus, I'd go over there, touch the post, say, please be on my side today. Maybe Villarreal did that. Maybe she didn't, but she'll be wanting to do it after this. And she had a number of those moments in the matchup against the Eagles. The Eagles had a number of attempts, and a number of them off the post, number of them off the crossbar, and Villarreal got rather lucky. And that's one of those moments that, you know, luck is involved in any sport, Jesus, and it is definitely lucky when the post is on your side.
Definitely. You know, individually speaking, both teams are pretty even. But tactically, I feel like Xavier's just playing a slightly faster ball than Texas A&M San Antonio. But then again, with the individual level being so close to one another, I feel like the game could come back in A&M's favor.
Absolutely. Skylar Parker getting in the way of what could have been a clear attempt on goal from number 10 on the Nuggets side. That one was Rosé on the Nuggets offensive attempt, but Skylar Parker getting in the way of that one and having no problem doing so.
Definitely. Looks like Xavier's going to keep possession. Playing out to the right side, recycling the ball. Too long of a ball for her. And Xavier keep possession.
Great ball knocked out wide. Nuggets trying to get something going on the
Great
attempt.
defensive slide tackle.
Absolutely amazing slide tackle out of number 6 on the Jaguars, Banda, stopping that, what could have been a dangerous attempt for the Nuggets. We have just north of 30 minutes left in this first half of Red River Athletic Conference play. I got to say, as soon as this game seems like it's flying by already.
Definitely. I mean, we're seeing some great football. Since both teams are playing a very high press, then these guys are really trying to play. You know, usually when someone plays a high press, someone plays a low press, and the game can end up being slightly slower. But since both teams are playing a very attacking style of football, this is a great match to watch. Xavier keep possession. an unsuccessful cross by Xavier.
Skylar Parker, once again, we've been calling her name. If you are not new to the Jaguar Sports Network, you know that we call Skylar Parker's name a lot. She's one of these standout defenders for the Jaguars and actually can do things on both sides, has no problem scoring goals. She scored a free kick, I want to say 2 games ago, when the Jags were taking on Jarvis Christian College, when Ana Barragan had a hat trick within, I think, 20 minutes, Jesus.
No, yeah, that was an incredible free kick. Absolutely incredible. It will be a goal kick for the Texas A&M Jaguars. It looks like Xavier is letting them play, looking to slow down the pace. It looks like Texas A&M San Antonio will take the advantage here, looking for a counter. Looks like it will be a foul in favor of Xavier University.
Turn it face. 16. Middle. Who's in the middle?
Nuggets, once again, no problem knocking the ball around, Jesus.
Definitely. It looks like they're very comfortable on the ball. Very, very comfortable.
Absolutely.
Great absolute ball. Spears on the defensive here.
That one was played into Pais. Or Villarreal once again doing her job, protecting her box, and looks like that advice from Coach Moody coming into play. Last game, Coach Moody was advising his goalkeeper, I should say, rather, to drop back to her 6-yard line and drop the ball at her feet or roll it out and work out of the back. And clearly that advice is coming to play here.
It looks like Xavier has a bias for the right side of their field. Spears has done at least 5 to 6 recovery runs now with a through ball. And that's a great goal from Xavier University. Looks like there is an injury on the Xavier side. It looks like we will have a water break, I believe.
Absolutely, Jesus, it's about that time, especially we're not having any October weather by any means, so water breaks are definitely important, and they've been going on here for a while now. And Ronald Aguilar, the standout striker for the men's Jaguars in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting Jaguar Sports Network, Ronnie, and happy to have you here and viewing, and happy to see you in action later today. Tim Parker saying, Skylar Parker holds the NCAA records for scoring while she played in New York. Wondering why she's at center back. And with that, we don't know the answer, Mr. Tim. With that, we don't have the answer. That's definitely a tactical choice out of Coach Moody, and clearly working out for him for the most part, with the exception of a few mistakes. I'm not going to say it was on her or anybody in particular. I actually didn't see that goal that just happened, but Golden Nuggets up 2 early on. And Anthony Talamontes, Tony T in the chat, thank you so much for supporting, continuing to support, I should say, my former co-commentator. Made history together as the first commentators for Jaguar Sports Network for basketball. Made a number of historic calls that you can find on our Instagram at Jaguar Sports Network, and happy to have you here. And Tony, this may be news to you, but we will definitely be having you back for Alumni Night, JSN Alumni Night, I should say. The Athletics has their own Alumni Night, and the university does as well, but it'll be a fun time having you back next to me, co-commentating a basketball game. And thank you so much for being here. Once again, Cameron Caldwell and Jesus Lopez on the call for the Jaguar Sports Network. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Don't be afraid to drop a comment. Let us know where you're viewing from, if you're supporting the Nuggets, supporting the Jaguars, or supporting a specific player. We're happy to have you here, whether it's Nuggets Nation, Jaguar Nation. This is a stream for everybody. Even though we are the Jaguar Sports Network, we invite all fans to tune in and leave us a comment. Let us know where you're viewing from as well. We at the Jaguar Sports Network have viewers from all around the world, and we'd be happy to hear who's viewing today and where you're viewing from and who you're supporting. So don't be afraid to comment. We'll give you a shout out, and we love interacting with our chat as we do. And another ball played inside to number 13, Pais. Spears on that one, but Villarreal coming out once again, being strong in her box. Glenio saying, go Jags go. Thank you so much for supporting your Jaguars, and very happy to have you in our chat in the Jaguar Sports Network.
Thank you for your support. Very hard slide tackle by part of Xavier. It looks like it will be a foul.
Looks like substitution coming in for the Jags. That's number 27, Ali Lopez, taking out number 25, Sam Lopez. Substitution not too early on here. We're about halfway through the first half of this Red River Athletic Conference matchup. Once again, very happy to have you all here.
Again, just a reminder, in the NAIA, there is unlimited substitutions, with the only caveat being that if you're subbed out in the first half, you can only come back in the second half. So just because she was subbed out in the first half doesn't mean she's out for the entire game. She could come back to help her A&M Jaguars out in the second half of this game. Xavier keep possession, and it's gonna be a throw-in for Xavier. Looks like they're gonna recycle the ball. Looking for that through ball. They're playing on the left-hand side of the field for Xavier University.
Come on, get to 10.
Wow, great move right there from Xavier. Looking for that cross. Unsuccessful. Great defensive clearance from the A&M Jaguars. Xavier University keeping possession. Sending in a cross to, looks like nobody. Texas A&M San Antonio squander their opportunity, giving it out to Xavier's back line. Very comfortable and very techy on the ball. And it will be
Sky, drop, minute. Ali, you're up. Ali, you're up. Ali, you're up.
Coach Moore looking to give direction, so playing out the back and playing out on the right side.
Yes, man.
Texas San Antonio looking for a through ball. Unsuccessful. Xavier keeping possession, looking to play out from the right side of the field.
Stay in, Alina. Stay in, Alina.
Like
Stay in.
recycling the ball. Really slowing down the speed of play, but wow, great attacking movement, and it would be caught by the Texas A&M goalkeeper.
Villarreal having a extremely busy day today so far. Jesus.
Definitely. Looks like Texas A&M San Antonio really needs to get their bearings, because I personally don't think there's that much of a difference between these two teams. It just looks like one's nervous and one's not.
Absolutely. Maybe some jitters coming off of a tough loss, taking on a tough opponent being the Eagles, and Xavier being a very good program coming from Louisiana. Bit of a long road trip. And Jesus, I'm sure you're well aware of what long road trips can do to teams.
Definitely. I mean, everything comes into account when it comes to game day, right? From nutrition to travel to how much time you slept last night and how much time you were spent sitting down, right, leading up to the game. And Louisiana is a far distance from here. I'm pretty sure they came in bus, but it looks like even with all that adversity, they are very comfortable on the ball today in this Texas weather. It looks like there will be a substitution on the Xavier side. It looks like number 12, Potronco, will be subbed in on the Xavier side.
Elix Valdez, thank you so much for tuning in to the Jaguar Sports Network, our IT support for all things Jaguar Media. Elix, thank you so much for being here and continuing to support Jaguar Sports Network. Looks like Avery Scott almost got in behind there.
Pressure!
Nuggets doing a good job stopping that attempt and also keeping possession of the ball. You didn't see a big clearance there from the goalkeeper. Did a great job keeping it. And as I say that, Jaguars taking it away.
You know, that was a great defensive movement from the Xavier goalkeeper. You know, she sees the momentum coming in from her left side, gives the ball in back to the left side to cut the momentum off. And it looks like it will be a throw-in for Xavier on the right-hand side of the field near the halfway point. Looks like number 13 was subbed out for Xavier. Miss Payus. Wow, what a great through ball from Xavier, but it will be squandered by Texas A&M San Antonio's goalkeeper, Villarreal.
Ali, push up, Odette, get up. Yes, get up.
Villarreal
Frida,
looking to play
get
off to the back.
wide.
Gives it to her center back, looking for
Ali, push up.
an opportunity, plays it out to the right-hand side of the field.
Right, drop and get it. Good ball, Zia.
Looks like it will be a throw-in for Xavier University.
Second ball. Yes.
Texas A&M San Antonio looks to be subbing in number 32. Melanie Sanchez. In the following minutes.
Bonita, excelente. Excelente, Anita.
For Texas A&M San Antonio Jaguars.
Fica preparado ele. Perfeito aqui, não.
As Jesus said, very fast-paced game. This game is flying by for us. Normally
Over, you gotta get over. Idiot, get over.
normally
Ali,
things
get up, let's go.
take a
Idiot,
bit to get
over,
moving here.
over.
Pace takes a second to pick up, but Jaguars and Nuggets playing very fast-paced games on both sides.
Go, Zia, go.
And here come the Nuggets the other way, as I was just saying that.
Run.
That
Ooh.
one,
Wow.
great tackle there from,
Great tackle.
I want to say that's number 6, Banda, and looks like the Nuggets player is a little slow to get up. Seemed to hit her head on the ground. I'd like to see her get checked on, but she gets up, and Jasmine Dominguez coming the other way with it.
I mean, yeah, that was a very hard fall. I mean, even from here, from where we're sitting, we could hear that thump on the ground. Of course, we're on grass and we're not on a wood court, but that was still a hard fall, legal or not.
Nuggets coach is having a word with the assistant referee. I'm not too sure what about. Sounded like weather there for a second.
It looks like they were talking about a water break, and it looks like we're just slightly underneath the minimum degrees to have a water break in the NAIA. I mean, it
I
might.
thought they just had one.
No, that was because of the injury,
Okay.
and they took advantage of the injury, and both teams took a water break, an unofficial water break. But it looks like because we are in the. Excuse me for a second. It looks like since we are in the barely 90-degree weather, we don't qualify for a water break, which is crazy because it might be 90 degrees on your phone, but it definitely feels like 100.
Absolutely, with that classic Texas humidity, making things hot and sticky. And number 32 doing a great job stopping that through ball. That was
Wow, great move right there from number 10.
number Sanchez in the back, stopping that one. Out of Baragan with it now, up the line.
Great vision.
Get moving.
That's Jasmine Dominguez in the middle with it now, trying to find a run up. Frida Perez on the other side. Doesn't have a pass up the line. She would have loved that one, but Frida
That was
Perez with
it.
it now. And couldn't get the touch around the goalkeeper. Great job from Nuggets goalkeeper Luisa Bella. Stopping that one. Could have been dangerous for the Jags.
Kelly, patience, tuck in. She's not had the ball.
Looks like Xavier slowing down the speed of play.
Now go get that. No, there you go.
Bit of a missed kick there from Bella.
Well done.
And
Definitely.
Jaguars coming up with possession of it. Mota knocking out to Dominguez, and Jaguars going to pick up a foul.
You know, in that situation, it looked like the goalkeeper wanted to send more of a lofty ball, but just hit too center on the ball and ended up
Hey, Melanie,
chopping the ball down.
play in his face.
Looks like Texas A&M San Antonio are going to play on the right side, looking for a great through ball.
Absolutely. Parker.
Oh, a little bit of a missed kick, and that will be a head injury for Xavier University.
We are going to
Hopefully
have
everything works out.
Absolutely, we are going to have a player down, and we're going to get the camera off of them. And we are just north of 18 minutes left in this first half. And once again, very smart move from coach is going to take another unofficial water break.
Definitely.
Grab 'em water.
Hopefully that player is okay. That one was straight to the head. And love to shout out our athletic staff trainer, Bobby Two-Step, going over there to make sure everything's in order. Looks like the Nuggets player still sitting down, taking a second, but she is back up on her feet. Love to see that. Nothing too serious, thank God. And once again, player is going to take some time to get some water. Parker having some words with assistant coach Jordan Burbank, and Coach Moody having a word with referees right now. Not sure what the words are that are being discussed, but I think it's something to do with a drop ball.
It looks like they're making sure that the unofficial unwritten rule is honored here, and just clarifying that in this drop ball opportunity, the Xavier team will give the ball to the Texas A&M San Antonio goalkeeper as a sign of good faith and good sportsmanship. You know, usually that's a unofficial, unwritten rule here in soccer, but sometimes some players don't know it or don't really care for it. So it looks like Coach Moody just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Absolutely good job on Coach Moody's part, making sure they're getting the ball back. Injuries do happen. As Sue said, it is sort of an unwritten rule on behalf of players that one player goes down, when your team's in possession of it, it won't be called as a foul, but they'll just give the ball the other way, give it back to the team that had possession of it. And as Sue said, great show of sportsmanship of the Nuggets giving it back to the Jaguars, and Jaguars going to reset.
Yeah, usually in this situation, you play all the way back to the other team's goalkeeper. But if that's not the case, the center backs will do just fine. Looks like the Texas A&M Jaguars are on the offensive. Sorry, folks, our view's a little obscured now. Looks like Texas A&M San Antonio will keep possession, playing a through ball that will be offsides.
Didn't see it too well from our angle. Didn't see where the Nuggets back line was at, but I don't want to say it's a questionable decision at all because I can't see very well, but I don't know about a guy looked to be behind a player, but clearly a assistant referee saw it otherwise, and now here comes a foul in for the Nuggets side, and Nuggets going to have possession of it in what could be a dangerous position for them.
Definitely. Tactically, since Texas A&M Jaguars were playing such a high line, the correct option was to do a very high through ball, which they did. Texas A&M San Antonio had the upper hand there because it was a 2v1 defensively, but seems to be a miscommunication between the two and ended up in a foul.
Absolutely, and on this one's going to be number 23, Dagger. Not the best ball. You want to play that one just above the 6-yard box, depending on where the goalkeeper is positioned, or just a couple feet in front of the 18, or behind it, I should say, rather. And that one just not what they needed. Skylar Parker able to stop that one. That ball bouncing around a little bit. Almost a high kick, but not quite. Looks like they are going to call an offsides. Player was offsides, came back on to an onside position, but as we know, give him an offsides.
Looks like Texas A&M San Antonio will play out the back on their left-hand side. Playing out to number 10. Looking for that through. Great through ball.
That was Barragan to Mota, and Mota has it on the outside now, looking to get a ball inside. Jaguars trying to get some momentum going here. That one's played across. Now exactly what she was looking for. Looking to find Freya Perez, and Perez was not the target that was found.
Ooh.
That one's headed back. Could be problematic for the Jaguars. Dominguez on it, though. Made her defender fall. New Orleans DFC says, Vamos Xavier, thank you so much for joining in and watching all the way from New Orleans. We appreciate you for watching the Jaguar Sports Network. And if you're just joining us, this is Cameron Caldwell and Jesus Lopez on the call for the Jaguar Sports Network. And be sure to hit that subscribe button. Help us hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers before the end of the soccer season. Support this entirely student-led initiative. And it's also a collaboration effort between the communications department and the athletics department here at TAMUSA. And Villarreal is going to drop it quick at her feet, get it going in the back. Badagan finding a ball up top. Didn't find a black jersey, though, and Nuggets keeping possession of it.
You know, absolutely insane how Texas A&M San Antonio being the home team are playing in a black and gray jersey in this type of weather. You know, I understand if, you know, you're playing towards the evening, you know, towards the night when it doesn't really matter. But, I mean, at this weather and at this height, wearing an mostly all-black kit is pretty brutal.
Absolutely, definitely makes a bit of a difference here. Skylar Parker, great job taking that one off of that Nuggets player. Finds Avery Scott up top, but not the touch she needed. Fortunately, Mota was right there to intercept that pass, and it's going to be Ana Baragan now. She has Dominguez running up the line, has Avery Scott up top making a diagonal run. I think Avery Scott is in an offside position. Dominguez with it now. Got to say, Jesus, the Gold Nuggets do a great job at least getting two men on the ball at any time, doing a great job getting to the ball when they're on defense.
Yes, a very disciplined team. Of course, it's easy to be disciplined when you're mostly fresh. Texas A&M San Antonio has been running around the whole game, defending and looking for counters. But Xavier has kept her cool for the most part and not have to run that much. So at the moment, looking very disciplined when it comes to defending.
Absolutely. Possession has been mostly in favor of the Gold Nuggets.
If the keeper has it, stay up.
Yeah, you see, it looks like the Gold Nuggets are looking to slow down the speed of play and slow down the game. I mean, they're up by 2. There's no need to risk it. They know that Texas A&M San Antonio are tired. They're not pressing. And they look for the easy through ball due to the high line. But Texas A&M San Antonio will do the great job defensively and trap them in an offside trap.
Called
Great work.
offsides was Renter. Coach Moody seems to be not too happy, even though that attempt was offside. Said they got lucky there, and got to think that's because maybe due to their positioning or communication. He mentioned something about their communication, so it's like Banda's going to elect for a long ball being played up. That's Avery Scott up top, unable to find a black jersey, unfortunately. Once again, Nuggets just in complete control of possession here.
Definitely. It looks like Texas A&M San Antonio needs to slow down their own game, catch their breath, regroup, and slowly wait for a crack to form and go in for the counter. But both teams are going at 100 miles per hour, and Texas A&M San Antonio has the disadvantage of already being tired. You know, Xavier keeps throwing these great through balls, getting their back line for Texas A&M very, very tired.
Absolutely. Villarreal has her work cut out for her today. I know coming out and picking up through balls don't count as saves, but she is definitely having her work cut out for her as she stopped a number of through ball attempts.
Great touch. Great move.
Badagan slipping, but keeping possession of it. Great to see. She was able to pop back up to her feet. Could have been problematic for the Jags.
Definitely.
Have over 40 viewers watching live on the Jaguar Sports Network. Thank you all so much for tuning in once again. And if you like Jaguar soccer, be sure to keep it right here. We have the men's kicking off at 3:30, and Avery Scott is inside. And great job from the Golden Nuggets goalkeeper coming out off of her line and clearing that one out of harm's way for the Golden Nuggets.
You know, that was some great goalkeeping. You know, but it could have also been very dangerous. You know, that if the Texas A&M San Antonio Jaguar got the ball, they could have very easily chipped the ball over or just did a simple move to get around the goalkeeper and make it an easy goal. But that was some great goalkeeping from Xavier University.
Absolutely, and Nuggets shot went wide. Villarreal make sure to cover her angles, and coming out for the Nuggets is number 14, Maureen Awusu, and number 4, Amelia Thompson. Coming in is number 2, Chrislyn Gregory, and number 9 for the Nuggets, Chiakamaya.
Take a knee. Take a knee. Stay there. Go in there. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Okay. Sit down.
You have to sit all the way down. Yeah.
Looks like we have a hurt player on the Jaguars side of the field, so we're going to go ahead and stop the clock there. Coach Moody getting into it with the head referee. Not happy with some discussion that's going on. That's Odette Mota down, and we do have the camera off of her. That's one of the things we make sure to do is keep cameras off of her players. Looks like just a cramp. Good to see Bobby two-step. Ramirez stepping in there and alleviating that cramp.
Again, another unofficial water break for both teams here, since there is a injury on the field.
This heat definitely making a big difference, Jesus, and as you and I, both know, we both played year-round soccer. Heat makes a big difference. Even as a goalkeeper, I was no stranger to the heat.
Definitely. I mean, right now, it's literally the peak hour for heat right now in San Antonio. Anywhere from 1 to 3 p.m., it's the hottest time of the day. Past that, slowly gets cooler.
Oh.
So both of these women are playing at the highest point when it comes to heat. It looks like it will be a goal kick for the Texas A&M Jaguars.
Absolutely, and folks, I just got word we are 27 seconds ahead of the official game clock, so we're going to pause our clock for a second even while they're in play, and when I get the nod, I will start ours. So if clock doesn't start, but they are in play, not to worry. We're just getting caught up to the official game clock.
Great to see the Texas A&M San Antonio playing the ball on the ground. Usually when you're losing, you don't want to just throw the ball up to the middle of the field and hope for the best. You know, you want to be in control. You want to take advantage of having possession. And you want to make sure to keep it. Sadly, Xavier University are having possession right now. Looks like they are switching play, and Texas A&M San Antonio keep possession now.
Nuggets absolutely moving that ball around the field, having no problem building the attack from the back. Love to see that across all levels, and especially here at the Collegiate, that is a absolute must. Nuggets gonna have a rip. And looks like that ball bounced around a little bit, but Nuggets letting one rip from deep, and I'm not sure if that one bounced off the post, but that's going to be another Nuggets goal. That was number 34 on the Nuggets side. Looked to be on the line a bit there, Jesus.
Definitely.
Not sure if Villarreal saw it go in before we did, but
definitely that ball was on the line for a long time. I feel like there could have been a possibility for Villarreal to get up and get the ball off the line, but at the same time, we're not there. So we'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
great job using her body there. That was number 32, Sanchez, on the Jaguar side. And once again, Nuggets on the attack have just been relentless on the Jaguars this first half. The score is 3-0, and great through ball, but that one's called off sides. Number 11, Butterworth called off for the Gold Nuggets.
Xavier University playing a high line. Very, very physical when it comes to pressing from Xavier University, playing out to the left side of the field. Xavier University keeping possession, looking for a shot on target, but is squandered by Isabel Villarreal from Texas A&M San Antonio.
Looks like Villarreal almost wanted to go long there, but Skylar Parker picking that one up from Villarreal, rolling that one out. Once again, you can tell a lot of work was done in practice this week coming off of that tough loss, taking on the sister school, the TAMU Texarkana Eagles. 4-0 that one was, and that's offsides by a bit. You can tell a little bit of frustration there from the Golden Nuggets player, but that one was clear even from our angle.
Definitely.
Just north of 7 minutes left to play in this first half. Jaguars down 3, looking to come back.
I mean, they both play very similar football. This could be anyone's game, no matter what. You know, just the same way how Xavier University scored 3 goals in the first half, Texas A&M can score another 3 in the second half. So it's still anyone's game at the moment, but they are down by 3. Xavier University in possession, looking to play out the right side of the field.
Definitely favoring that right side, as Sue said earlier in the broadcast. And great ball through, but once again called offsides, and that is number 12 of the Gold Nuggets.
No, yeah, but
Otro.
Xavier definitely favoring that right side. I mean, both teams have made subs on the right side due to all the running. Spears being subbed out for Texas A&M San Antonio, and the attacking player on the right side being subbed in for Xavier being number 11, Miss Jasmine Dominguez, being also subbed in on the right side due to all the running being done. Xavier University retained possession after. Looks like they're looking for a cross. Squandered by Texas A&M San Antonio.
Absolutely bit of a missed kick there from Potro, and as Jesus said, here come these subs for both sides. Just north of 5.5 left to play in this first half. Time winding down. Jaguars looking to get something going late. I'd like to take this time to shout out our Jaguar Sports Network crew. As I said, an entirely student-run, led initiative. We have Roland Villarreal on the camera today, and our director of photography, Carlos Zavala, taking pictures you'll see on Instagram. Be sure to follow us at Jaguar Sports Network on Instagram. Help us hit our goal of 700 subscribers. We are sitting at about 640 something right now. I don't know the exact number, but we appreciate all the support on there and appreciate all the support we get on every platform. Ana Barragan trying to find a through ball. That one's up to Frida Perez, and here she comes. Jasmine Dominguez taking it from her. Looks like she still has it. Beats one defender. Inside the 18 now. No black jersey inside the box to receive that pass from Dominguez.
You know, it's very hard to find someone with this defensive plays from Xavier. I mean, very, very disciplined when they come back. Everyone's running back. Everyone's doing a 2v1, whereas the ball doesn't mean they're not susceptible to skill moves, as we just saw, but still, the whole team, maybe besides their number 11, are coming back to defend for Xavier University.
Absolutely, you can tell the Golden Nuggets are an extremely well-conditioned team, working out in conditions that are more humid than Texas, might I say. They're in the swamp of Louisiana.
Definitely.
I remember our road trip playing out there. It was extremely humid the whole time, and reminded me a lot of Florida, actually, when I had some time over in Florida playing soccer. And if you think Texas is humid, you get to Florida, Louisiana, those areas right near water, and boy, will that get to you for sure. I remember we played Texas College my freshman year, and that was probably the most I'd ever sweat playing a game. And keep in mind, I'm a goalkeeper, so most of my time I spent standing there. But even in warm-ups, Jesus, I was absolutely just exhausted. And Xavier, this is probably a nice little break for them, really, coming from the humidity of New Orleans. And looks like Ana Barragan's going to be subbed out.
Definitely, especially playing with those white-out jerseys they have with the gold accents. I mean, couldn't have anything better but that. It looks like Texas A&M San Antonio are trying to look for Looks like that will be a. Sorry about that. It looks like it will be a throw-in for Xavier University. There was a contact with the hands, but it looks like they were in natural position, so the referee didn't call it.
Absolutely. Gold Nuggets coaches looking to pick up a handball. Indirect free kick right there, but not going to get that one, as it was, as Jesus said, an unintentional. Had her hand up near her chest area, but Gold Nuggets, here they come the other way. Ball played at the top of the 18. Ball played back outside now, looking to reset. Ball's knocked inside. Golden Nuggets not as disciplined up top, being called offsides now 3 to 4 times, maybe even more, and 5 times. Jesus just let me know, and that's something they definitely have to keep in mind. They've picked up a lot of goals through balls and even one far shot, but been offsides a number of times and really shooting themselves in the foot, might I say, is just a very tactical error, and a lot of time comes from undiscipline, not looking where we're at in line. And
no, yeah, definitely. I mean, being up 3 goals, you start to get exciting. You start to get excitement, and you start to lose a little bit of the focus, knowing that you're up by so much. But I mean, all of those calls for offsides are wasted energy for both sides, especially the one attacking, right, making the run and then being called offside. So it was unfruitful. So everything does add up eventually.
Absolutely. Looks like Golden Nuggets do have a corner kick here, another set piece. Their first one, not the ball that they would have wanted, but we'll see how this one goes for them. That's a great ball, lofted up, played up, and looks like they did not have a white jersey to find at the end of that one.
It looks like it was a deflection off an Xavier player, and it will be a goal kick for Isabel Villarreal.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about 20 or so seconds behind. As you just heard, we have officially 1 minute left in this first half, so just under a minute to go now in this first half. And Frida Perez being subbed off. I believe that was number 9. Emily Santos taking Frida Perez's spot. Coach Moody having a chat with her. And another offside, Jesus, for the Gold Nuggets.
Yeah, wasted potential and wasted energy on the side of Xavier. I mean, all of that play, all of that setup just for giving the ball away for the other team.
8, 7.
Definitely something that they need to work on coming on to their second half of the game.
4, 3, 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That is the first half of this Red River Athletic Conference matchup between the Texas A&M San Antonio Jaguars and the Xavier University Gold Nuggets. This has been Cameron Caldwell and Jesus Lopez. Be sure to keep it right here for the second half of action, and we will see you then. ladies and gentlemen, we are back live with this Red River Athletic Conference matchup between your Texas A&M University San Antonio Jaguars taking on the Xavier University Gold Nuggets. And if you're just joining us, Cameron M. Caldwell and Jesus Lopez on the call for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Jaguar Sports Network. If you missed the first half,
Come on, get it.
Jaguars
Go side. Make up, slow it down.
down
Well
3-0
done.
so far and looking to claw back at things. Don't mind my pun there, but we appreciate you, and we like to remind everybody, keep this chat nice and friendly with, you can voice your opinion, but be kind about it. We're going to
Bella,
remind
higher.
everybody for that, and thank you all so much for chatting away with us, though.
Yeah, we appreciate every single one of you in the chat and viewing us live. It looks like the Jaguars are playing with a different formation from the first half. It looks like they're playing a little bit more of a defensive formation. And it looks like it's working. It looks like Texas A&M San Antonio are a little bit more calmer on the ball, and it looks like they're keeping possession.
Absolutely. Mario Garcia says, let's go Jags. Mario, thank you so much
Lydia,
for
drop
tuning
it,
in
get
and
it.
supporting your Lady Jags.
Yes, one.
And Mark Register says, let's go
Down,
Xavier.
up
Love to see
here.
both fans,
Get on the other side
whether
of
it's
the field.
Jaguar Nation or
Avery, higher.
Gold Nugget Nation. Thank you all for tuning in and supporting your teams. Leave us a comment. Let us know where you're chatting from.
Make a play
I'd like
back.
to
Make a
give
play
everybody a
back.
shout out that
Back.
chats with us.
Come on, you up there here.
As we said, Cameron Caldwell, Jesus Lopez on the call for today's game, and
Yes, Eddie.
it's great to have all of you with us.
Tuck in.
No matter where you're viewing from, happy to have you. Leave us a comment. Let us know. We
Slow.
love to know where our viewers are tuning in from. We have viewers from all around the world tuning into the Jaguar Sports Network, and we appreciate every single one of you. And
Yes, drop.
ball's into the backside there. And Villarreal, no problem, coming out and taking care of that one. That was a great through ball, but just a little bit ahead of, I believe that was number 10, Rossi.
Yeah, it looks like Texas A&M San Antonio will continue to look to play out from the back, and a little bit of a fumble there, but they retain possession. Looks like Coach Moody wants his players to play the simple game and play the simple passes. You know, a lot of times in soccer, we overcomplicate a very simple game. You know, there's a saying that I like from our local university, Trinity University head coach. He says, we're not here to make a watch, we're here to just tell time. You know, just emphasizing how to keep the game simple and that we're not here to recreate the wheel.
Now that, somebody, we need to clip that. That's an all-time Jaguar Sports Network moment. That's a great quote.
Avery.
I'm assuming from a
This
great
is your
coach.
player. Get
And,
up. That's so dead.
Jesus Lopez, one of our new commentators, bringing a lot of expertise and years of playing soccer in the 956. Shout out the RGV, and happy to have his expertise here alongside me. The Jaguar Sports Network, once again, Golden Nuggets already dominating possession, making things happen. As I say that, they gave it away, but Anabaragán's with it now, looking to find a simple pass, as Coach Moody said. I think that's a Sam Lopez. Yes, that's Sam Lopez in the middle.
Looks like the Nuggets are still keeping a high line.
And that one's going to be just off, number 14, Carissa Flores, just off there. Villarreal came off her line, but couldn't get a hand to it. Matt Nelson, thank you so much for letting us know that our audio is a bit faint. We're going to fix that for you right now.
I'm not on. Actually, I'm not on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick second to make sure everything is working on our end. Thank you so much for letting us know, and we're going to get this figured out for y'all.
Test.
You're offside. You're offside, Sam. Sam, your player. Sam, get your player. Player on the ball.
All right, we should be back ready to go, and here we are. Thank you all so much for letting us know. Believe we fixed our audio issues. If someone could leave us a quick chat, let us know if we did. We'd greatly appreciate that, but seems to be fixed on our end.
Jaguars playing out the back, playing to their right side of the field. Xavier with a great amount of pressure. It looks like to be 4 to 5 players pressing that outlet. Looks like it will be a corner kick for the Nuggets here. Looking for their 4th goal of the day.
Talk, Bell, talk!
Anna, penalty spot!
Looks
Matt
like
Nelson, thank you so much. And as Jesus was saying, set piece for the Nuggets. Could have been a dangerous, dangerous shot there and right in front of the goal. That was, I'm not sure who shot it on the Nuggets side, but that was deflected off of number 6, Banda.
Jazz, open up, you have time.
Mark Register, thank you so much for letting us know that you can hear us. We apologize for those audio issues, very
Quicker decision.
quick audio issues, but we got those fixed for everybody, and that is going to be a foul on the Jaguars in a dangerous location.
extremely dangerous. Very close to the
All right, let's set up. Talk to them.
extremely close to the 16-yard box.
Face the ball!
Face the ball, set up.
Our
Face the
vision is
ball,
slightly
Jazz!
obscured, but it looks like it will be just outside the 18-yard box on the left-hand side of the field.
Annie, take the runner.
Looks like
Take
Nuggets
the
are
runner.
taking this time to kind of discuss how they want to go about it.
Extremely dangerous. All of the Jaguars are back and defending for this play.
Now run, Eddie. Good. Well done.
Look-
It almost looks like, I don't know if it was an indirect, but it looked like the ball was touched twice before it was set in.
It was Jesus. I think she was setting her up for maybe a shot, but looked to be a mix between a shot and a cross, so that one did not go Nuggets' way, but Jaguars having no problem with that one. They're going to reset. Spears with it now. Apologize for that,
Jaguars
ladies and
keep
gentlemen.
possession. Playing out on the left-hand field. It looks like great move. Taking her on the sideline, 2v1 for the Jaguar.
Well done, Millie.
Sadly lost possession there. And Nuggets capitalize on this with a great counterattack. Through ball that might be a little too far. And it looks like it will be a throw-in for the Jaguars.
You good, Jazz. Keep it up.
The Xavier Nuggets still keeping the high line. All of their defensive back are on the halfway point.
We're in black. Hold the line.
Nuggets in a very dangerous spot. Shot and miss.
No problem for Villarreal right there, and Jaguars reset with a goal kick.
Put it down and play.
Good to
Yeah.
see, though, that Nuggets not afraid to let it rip from really any distance. We saw a very far out shot, long distance shot, and got lucky off of a tough bounce for Villarreal, but that was their second goal, I believe it was. And
Find Ali. Find Ali.
as I said, though, Nuggets, a very disciplined team with the exception of a few offsides calls. They would have liked to go the other way, but not afraid to let it go.
I mean, definitely after scoring that great goal for their third one. I mean, after seeing that type of ball can go in and the sort of accuracy and power that these girls have on their legs, I would advise them as their coach to keep shooting from a distance. There's no need to be up close and personal with their goalkeeper if your players are capable of such a shot.
Absolutely, as one of the many directions of college coaches, and not just college coaches, is test the keeper early, and they're not afraid to do that. Another shot
Great
off
play
target.
and
but
great opportunity, just slightly off target.
absolutely, that was number.
Go, Ali.
Can't get a number on that one. These
Go.
yellow accents on the Gold Nuggets jerseys rather reflective.
I believe it was a player with a single-digit number, but we are not so sure.
I think it was. Hate to contradict you right away, but I think that was number 34 actually, Leah Cordier, letting that one fly and couldn't find the target on that one. No trouble for Villarreal at all.
Jaguars playing out the back again, looking for a play on their left-hand side of the field. And the opportunity is squandered. It looks like it will be possession for the Nuggets. Oh, and it looks like it will be a goal kick for the Jaguars. Still looking to play out the back. With such a high press from the Nuggets, it feels like it could be the only possible place to play up. Yeah, all of the Nuggets are pressing the left-hand side of the field, wanting the Jaguars to make a mistake. Wow, that was a very high kick. No contact from the Jaguars nor the Nuggets there, but it was a very dangerous play, so I understand the call from the referee. It will be a throw-in for the Xavier Nuggets here on their side of the pitch. Nuggets retain possession, looking to play out the back. Now it's recycling the ball and switching it over to the left hand of the field. Oh, wow. What a blunder. And shot and caught by the Xavier University goalkeeper. Sorry.
Luisa Bella.
Yes. Yes, Luisa Bella. Great goalkeeping there. It was a shot on target. Sadly, just didn't go in. And it looks like they are quick on the counter. And the Nuggets are looking for their fourth goal now. Great defensive measure from the Jaguars right there. Everyone from the Jaguars is coming back to defend. Sorry, our views are slightly obscured. We believe that was a save from Villarreal. Sorry, folks. We don't have a clear view on the field at the moment. That was a great defensive movement from Villarreal from the Jaguars.
Jaguars electing for a long ball out of the back and quickly paying for it. Understanding why Coach Moody wants them to go with those shorter passes out of the back. And that one just a little bit too hard from number 25, Lopez. That one is intended for Dominguez.
You know, that was a great intention, just too much power there.
Absolutely. Dominguez was almost in behind her defender, but couldn't make something happen with it. It's outside with number 4, Thompson. On the Nuggets side, number 10 is making a diagonal run. Just a little bit too hard for.
Again, great goalkeeping from Villarreal. That was a very good catch and anticipation from her.
That ball up top was intended for number 21. Samira Roper on the Nuggets side, and it's a little bit too hard. As Jesus said, great goalkeeping, Villarreal, and here come the Nuggets the other way. Oh, could have been a very great ball in behind, but a little bit of a lack of communication there from number 21, Roper, trying to find, I believe that was number 6, Kottebauer.
The Nuggets retain with their high press and high line. Looks like number 12, Tori Solis, will be subbed in for number 18, Avery Scott from the Jaguars.
Here we go.
Villarreal with a clearance. Well, there's some great football we're watching today. Very, very high pace, very good action here. Looks like Xavier keeps possession on the right side of the field. Sends in a cross, but great defensive header from number 3, Lillian Spears. Having an absolutely great game today.
Great touch around there by the Nuggets attacker, but stopped by Jaguars defense, and a shot being taken. Great save by Villarreal. Couldn't keep her hands on it to catch it and keep it in bounds. But
That was a very dangerous shot.
absolutely
Had that power and it was on target, but great defensive action from Villarreal.
getting that one out of harm's way. Benji Mendoza, the founder and creator of the Jaguar Sports Network. Thank you so much for tuning in and chatting with us, Benji. We appreciate you and all your work and founding this amazing sports network. As he says, Xavier University, very tough team to beat. They are fully funded in the NAIA, which is not the most common thing that you see. As the ball comes in for the Nuggets, and looks like that header very close to harm's way for the Jags, but it's going to stay outside.
You know, teams like those are a rarity, but also something uniquely tied to the NAIA. See, in the NCAA, for the most part, a lot of universities have a limited amount of scholarships due to Title 13 and Title 9. For instance, in the men's side, I don't know if it's the same for the women's. In the men's NCAA, they have roughly 9 to 12 full scholarships available for their men's team, not depending on the amount of player pool. But in the NAIA, that was a great save from Villarreal for the Jaguars. But in the NAIA, there is no such thing. So there could be such a thing as a full-funded team where everyone on the team is under a scholarship. So that's great to see in the NAIA.
Absolutely, and Mendoza letting us know that they are women's soccer second overall in the women's soccer in the Red River Athletic Conference, and they also have a leading scorer and assist, Samira Roper, and number 10, Iman Udradrago for Xavier. And although TAMUSA is number 1 overall in the Red River Athletic Conference, Xavier is number 4 in the conference. So we are definitely in for a very exciting matchup on the men's side. And we've had a very exciting matchup today on the women's side as well. Jaguars down 0-3 so far, looking to claw back, and they have. The effort has not stopped. Their heads haven't dropped. Very great through ball played in by the Nuggets, but unable to trap it. I believe that's number 13. Baez on the Nuggets side. Benji Mendoza, we appreciate all the support and work you did founding the Jaguar Sports Network. Always love having former members come in and chat with us and let us know how they're doing. Benji actually used his experience in the Jaguar Sports Network and in the real journalism world to secure himself a job with the USL as a video production assistant working for the USL, which is the league just under the MLS, so doing very big things and putting his Jaguar Sports Network resume to use. And here come the Nuggets on the other side, and no problem for Villarreal. Didn't have to put a hand on that one. Would have loved to keep it in possession, but bounces just out, and no problem.
You know, great work there with the USL. I mean, right now in San Antonio, we have a USL championship side team, SAFC, and very prominent right now with a lot of hype. Atletico Dallas, I believe, coming into the USL championship. So very exciting here in Texas for the USL.
Absolutely.
Come on, they're off the bench. Get over.
Benji's work taking him all the way to Tampa, Florida, I believe. Benji, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's Florida. I'm not sure if it's Tampa, though. But he is in Florida, I know that much, and doing great work, continuing to represent the Jaguar Sports Network at the next level. Once again, Benji, we appreciate you, and we wouldn't exist without you. So thank you for all the opportunities you gave us and all the hard work you did to found this.
Yes, thank you again. Looks like it will be a
Get to the D.
Free kick
for the Xavier Nuggets in a, I would say, medium danger area. Too far away for a shot, but still in a good sweet spot for a cross.
Let us see the ball.
Jaguars are playing a high line, so they should be ready to run back.
Looks like she's going to go for it. Coach Moody would have wanted her to catch that one, keep it in play, but Villarreal elects to let it go and restart with a goal kick. As Benji said, watching his Jags as USL at UHL HQ in Tampa, Florida. Very happy to see that he's doing well and love the continued support that he shows us. And as he said, vamos Jags, paws up, claws out. And we have the men's coming up next. As you can see, some of them crossing in front of the camera, but doing a great job of keeping their head down and keep it moving.
Looks like it is a throw-in for the Jaguars. And then Xavier
Sorry, stop the ball.
receive possession of the ball, looking to recycle and play to the left-hand side of the field.
Come on, Odette. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to remind everybody to keep this chat
Jazz, juggle
friendly
the
to
ball,
players,
juggle the ball.
coaches, and
Juggle the ball.
everybody involved.
Get up.
Appreciate
get
all the
up.
hard work that coaches do and Coach Moody does and everybody involved. And very great shot there by Nuggets offensive player. I'm not sure who took that shot, but that's going to put the score at 4-0. Very good shot and out of reach for Villarreal there. That's going to once again put the Nuggets up. I think that may have been number 16, Jada Wyatt. Jada Wyatt on the goal for that. That'll be 4-0 Nuggets. Glenio watching in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you so much for tuning in right at home, supporting your Jaguars and supporting the Jaguar Sports Network. Once again, Cameron Caldwell, Jesus Lopez on the call for today's broadcast on behalf of the Jaguar Sports Network, the entirely student-led and run organization, media initiative, and it's also a collaboration effort between the communications department and the athletics department. We've been fortunate enough to have the blessing and green light from the communications department as well as the athletics department. Darnell Smith, our athletic director, and as well as Steven Sherman. It looks like a header
Great counter.
gone the wrong way. Villarreal, great job coming out for that one, being strong, timed it perfectly. Jesus had no problem coming down on that 1v1 and what could have been catastrophic for the Jags.
Definitely. It was, I guess, misfortune for the Nuggets, but lucky for the Jaguars there with such a, I guess you could call it a forward touch there. If that touch was slightly farther back, she would have had to stay on her line and hope for the best. But luckily, the Jaguars keep possession here and are looking to play out from the back. Looks like there was a handball, but again, since it touches the foot first, it would not be called. Now, Jaguars looking overall a much better composed team than in the first half. Looking for their first goal today.
Matt Nelson, thank you so much for the correction. Our view was a little obstructed there, but Matt Nelson letting us know that goal was Juliana Kotzbauer. We appreciate the correction and always appreciate the help we get from our fans and support we get from our fans and viewers. Once again, our view was a bit obstructed from where we're sitting at, so we couldn't quite see who let that one fly for the Gold Nuggets. So Matt Nelson, thank you so much for viewing and supporting us and helping us out.
Definitely. Just a reminder, we are not seeing what you're seeing. We see the game through a different point of view, and the camera sees it in a different way.
Kotzbauer, very impressive shot, letting that one fly from some distance, just going over the hand of Villarreal, who was a full extension for that one and just couldn't get enough to it.
This could be marked for offsides. Flag stays down.
Nuggets coming the other way. Great save by Villarreal. Going full extension, getting her, I think that was her bottom hand, which would be her left hand from that angle, getting on that one. And Villarreal showing why she has the green light and the nod from Coach Moody.
Incredible goalkeeping, I should say.
Absolutely, and that should be a corner. Was deflected off of a Nuggets player. I think it was deflected off of number 17, if I'm seeing the shorts correctly, which would be Jayla Renter. Was deflected off of a Nuggets player, so that is why it was a goal kick. Once again, our view, tad obstructed, so we appreciate the patience and the support.
Yes, bear with us now.
And if you're new, be sure to support us and hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to support this student-led initiative. We've only been around for a year and about to surpass 1,000 subscribers, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and help us surpass our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We just surpassed our goal of 900 at the start of the soccer season. And if the camera shook a little bit there, don't worry, it's not your TV. Had a little bit of contact with the ball. May have noticed that, but all is well.
We've gotten pretty lucky in the past few games where the ball just hits the base or hits the table, but we haven't had a direct contact with the camera so far, so very thankful for that.
Absolutely, and as you say that, we're going to have a ball flying towards us pretty soon. They call that the announcer's curse, my friend, but
You know
just
what? Maybe
playing.
you're
Hopefully
right.
not.
Maybe,
Hopefully
maybe
not.
you're right.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. We had a situation like that in basketball of all sports somehow. We keep our camera at the top of the bleachers. And wow, some contact there from number 23 on Frida Perez, but no call from the referee.
It looks like it was some sort of scorpion kick. I don't believe it was her hand, but whatever that was great. And it looks like it will be a counterattack for the Nuggets. Looks like number 10 looks for the shot. I believe it was on target. It is easily caught by Isabel Villarreal, having a great goalkeeping session today. Playing out the back. Now you have to appreciate when players play out the back, especially when you're losing. I mean, the confidence can be down. You could be more nervous, but they seem to keep their composure, the Jaguars, playing out the back and not being afraid to get physical. Again, recycling the ball out to their right-hand side. Playing back to looking for that through. Deflected. Wow, Jaguars keep possession. And it looks to be a free kick in favor of the Jaguars. We will have a substitution. Number 8, Shannon Best, will be subbed in for the Lady Jaguars.
Mr. Mark Register, I do not believe Tatum Register has subbed on yet. We are not where the players check into to sub on, but I don't believe we've called her name yet, so sure she's coming on soon, though. New Orleans DFC says, thank you, Matt Nelson, and commentators doing a good job. We appreciate that, appreciate all the support. We are all students here at TAMUSA, running this sports network, entirely student run, and we appreciate all the support.
Yes, thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you.
Whether it's Gold Nugget side, Jaguar Nation, doesn't matter to us. We are happy to have you here, and thank you for the kind words. Definitely keeps us going, fuels us, and we appreciate it very much. Nuggets looking to find their 5th of today.
Looks like Shannon Best subbed out Ania Banda from the Lady Jaguars.
And there come those offside calls that the Nuggets were victim to in the first half. I believe that was the second or third of this half so far, and Jaguars coming the other way. Fanagan with it now. Haven't seen much of her this half.
Nuggets playing out back with their goalkeeper, looking to recycle play. Playing against momentum there with that ball. Nuggets just having a lot of space now in midfield. Very physical. Nuggets keeping possession. Nuggets recycling back to their goalkeeper. I would say their goalkeeper from the Nuggets side is very good with her feet. Something rare, but very vital in today's modern game.
Absolutely. Nowadays, that's a genuine requirement. Mota picks up possession of that one, and she's being pulled by one of the Golden Nuggets players. Jasmine Dominguez unable to get a touch on that one, looking to get it back. And just north of 16 minutes left to play in this second half. Jaguars down 4, looking to turn things around for themselves. Joel Cordier says up the Golden Nuggets with support from Belgium. Thank you so much for tuning in all the way from beautiful Belgium. We appreciate all the support, and we can add that to the list. I don't believe we've had a viewer from Belgium so far. We have had many viewers from England, Canada, the Netherlands, Germany, many places, but we can add Belgium to the list now, and thank you so much. As we said, whether it's Gold Nuggets side or Jaguar side, we're happy to have you here, and Mota missed out on a golden opportunity there, if you will, but Dominguez with it now. That Mota seeming to be a little out of gas here. Dominguez beating 2 defenders, trying to get a ball inside. That one's stopped by number 2 on Nuggets side, Gregory. As you just saw in front of the camera, the men's soccer coach, Coach Jaramillo, getting ready for today's matchup, taking on the Gold Nuggets, coming off of an impressive win against Texarkana. Had a absolute screamer, absolute scenes on the Jaguar Sports Network. Oscar Hernandez with a bicycle kick. And if you haven't seen that one, you can go to the Jaguar Sports Network and you can see Coach Jaramillo's genuine reaction to that absolute screamer. He had his son with him there, and everybody on the Jaguars side of the field was just on their feet, hands on head for that one. Jaramillo is no exception to that, and very impressive game and very impressive goal scored by Hernandez.
We didn't catch the numbers or players, but it looks like there was 3 substitutions for the Golden Nuggets. Shannon Best with the throw-in for the Lady Jaguars. Oh, sorry, it was a free kick.
Skylar Parker trying to turn away from pressure, but unfortunately turns into it. Golden Nuggets come the other way. Through ball is played to number 21, Roper, one of the leading conference goal scorers. And that's no problem for Spears, but great tackle coming in there from number
Killian, get your position!
7 on the
Killian, get your position!
Nuggets side. Quiroz.
Looks like the Nuggets retain possession, looking for that counterattack. Looking and received the foul for the Nuggets
Face
there.
the ball!
Absolutely.
Face the ball!
You know, that's also another side of soccer, you know. A little bit of the dark side, but I mean, it's still a very crucial part of football.
Got to sell it sometimes, and
Hey, who's on the wide player?
if you've ever played, you know sometimes your coach will tell you. Sometimes you just got to sell to Seuss, and sell it she did. So
Definitely. I mean,
Nuggets awarded a free kick in what could be a very dangerous spot for the Jaguars.
yeah, I mean, even if this free kick doesn't go anywhere, it gives both sides, especially your side, a chance to relax, catch your breath, regroup.
Yes, you have short ball this way.
It looks like they might just go for goal here, based off the last 3 free kicks, and definitely going for goal. No problem there for Isabel Villarreal. Great goalkeeping as usual.
Absolutely has been solid today. Once again, thank you all so much for tuning into the Jaguar Sports Network. Do not be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Help us reach our goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers. We are humbled and happy with the amount of support that we receive from both sides of both teams, Jaguar Nation and Golden Nugget Nation, or whoever it is that we're playing against. You know,
Great defensive header from number 32 from the Lady Jaguars. Melanie Sanchez.
absolutely getting that one out of harm's way. Jaguars just trying to get something going, get their feet under them as we are approaching my program, as we are just a tad north of 12 minutes left in this game, and a miscalculation. What looked like wanted to be a shot, not quite what she wanted, couldn't get solid contact on it, and then that pass is sent straight to the Golden Nuggets there. I'm not sure if that was a miscommunication of sorts, but definitely not what she was intending to do.
Get Lillian to drop.
Looks like Coach Moody will do a substitution. Number 4, Emilia Thompson.
And we have a goal on the Golden Nuggets side. I believe that was, can't see the number from here, but that's going to be 5 for the Golden Nuggets. I think that was a through ball played in, or a miscalculation of a pass from, that was 21 that scored on the Golden Nuggets side, Samira Roper, and showing why she is one of the conference leaders in not only goals but assists. And with just south of 12 minutes to play, scores 5 Golden Nuggets and Jaguars 0. Fortunately, this one is looking like it's getting a little bit out of reach for the Jaguars. Jesus.
Definitely. Still keeping strong with their tactical options here off kickoff, looking for that throw in. Looking for the Nuggets to make a error here on their side of the pitch to hopefully capitalize off it. It looks like it worked this time. Great to see that.
Absolutely. Matt Nelson, thank you so much for confirming we got the right look. That was Samaya Roper. I'm not sure if we have any pronunciation on that, but Roper with, I believe, her first or second goal of the competition here.
Wow, great ball.
Dominguez inside now. Ball played across, and nobody there to meet her at the end of that one, but played almost directly to the goalkeeper. Great job by Luis Abela.
You know, great technique on that cross there. Even had a little bit of that whipping action to it. Sadly, there was no Jaguar there to receive it. It will be a throw-in for the Lady Jaguars. Sadly, the Nuggets will retain possession. And the Jaguars will cycle all the way back to Villarreal. Looking to play out the back.
Talk to her!
A little bit of miscommunication there from Lady Jaguars. And the Nuggets win back possession. Nuggets playing it a little slow, slowing down the speed of play. Looks like they want to recycle all the way back.
Frida, your player!
There is no rush for the Nuggets to play forward, and it looks like they still do, looking for that counter. All right,
Great job there by Spears cutting off that inside run. She was almost clear on goal, Jesus.
Definitely. Great job from Spears. She's had her work cut out for her today, making plenty of runs on the sideline, and now I believe she's a center back at the moment. But she's had a great game today.
Jaguars just unable to complete really anything to one another, and it's definitely shown, unfortunately, today.
You know, every team has an off day, and I believe today might be the off day for the Lady Jaguars.
As mentioned, though, Nuggets, one of the top teams overall in the conference. As we had mentioned, a fully funded team, so you have the freedom to kind of offer players what you think they're worth, if you will, and clearly that is in play for the Gold Nuggets.
Definitely.
Number of quality players, and
Lillian, drop off, call for it!
as Jesus mentioned, there's no limit on how many players can be under scholarship, and with full funding, clearly makes a difference here in the NAIA.
Definitely. I mean, in the NCAA, you usually have to match the amount of scholarships that the women have to the men's and vice versa. So usually roughly translates to 12 to 15 full scholarship availability for NCAA Division I and roughly half of that for NCAA Division II. But for the NAIA, it is unlimited. So like a team like the Golden Nuggets here, if they have the funds to make sure that every one of the players on the team is taken care of, they definitely can. Something that makes the NAIA unique.
Looks like number 9 on the Jags.
Come on, let's go, let's fly!
Emily
let's fly,
Santos coming in for number 15, taking out Frida Perez, giving her a breather, and what likely will be Frida Perez's last time coming off the pitch for the Jags. Villarreal handling this one in these last couple minutes here of this matchup between the Jaguars and the Nuggets.
The Lady Jaguars looking for their first goal of the night. Excuse me, the day. Looks like, excuse me, the field of view is slightly obscured. Looks like there was a cross from the Nuggets, intercepted by the Jaguars, looking to play out. And the Nuggets retain possession. The Golden Nuggets have for sure had a very good game today. Tactically very sound and disciplined team. Looking for their 6th goal, but squandered opportunity by Isabel Villarreal. Very great goalkeeping coming off her line.
Absolutely. Even at the next level sometimes, as you see goalkeepers who just aren't that comfortable coming off their line and moving up, but Villarreal has no problem doing so, as we've seen a number of times today. She stopped a number of one-on-one attempts and probably saved the Jaguars from more goals against.
I mean, definitely, as a player, you never really know if the attacking player has that one match left and maybe pulls out a sprint and can catch you off guard, but it looks like she has her timing just right.
A little miscalculation there from Villarreal, but able to keep that one out of harm's way. That Mota and Frida Perez coming off the pitch for the last time today. Number 2 taking off. That Mota, that's Gabby Flores coming on for the first time in the match today. And great games overall played by Mota and Perez today.
Definitely. Looks like the Jaguars are still playing out the back. Going on to the right-hand side. The Nuggets making sure to press on these outlets, making sure they can't get out. Overall, it's been very successful for the Nuggets. Playing this high press game. They haven't caught off guard too many times. I think only maybe 2 or 3 times where the through ball was actually successful and led to a shot on target, but due to their defensive and goalkeeping capabilities, it's been a clean sheet for them.
Always good coming into another team's field, and especially a long road trip to Sus and keeping a clean sheet. Nod to the defense, tactics of the entire team, and also the work of the goalkeeper. Golden Nuggets, as Jesus said, have played a very tactically sound game and knocked the ball amongst themselves very well, kept possession where they need to, and finished their chances.
Yeah, it looks like the Nuggets are slowing down the speed of play now. Lucky to just play back. Ooh, a little bit of a blunder there, but they keep possession. You know, as the player, it always sucks when it's your cue that got clipped by the ball. You know, it's unintentional from both sides, but it's unfortunate when it happens.
Spears with it now. Jaguars recycling the ball, switching the field of play. Shannon Best with it, electing to hit it long, and unfortunately not finding a black jersey. It's one of Coach Moody's main philosophies, just keep the ball on the ground unless you absolutely have to boot it away, but Jaguars unable to keep possession of it.
Yeah, definitely in that situation, I think it was the right decision to boot it up. She had intense pressure coming in from her medial side, and there was no one on her right side to pass the ball to, so I think it was the right choice by Shannon Best.
Looks like coming on for the Jaguars is going to be Kenya Bustos, taking off number 32, Melanie Sanchez. Great game played by Melanie Sanchez, and she'll be coming off for the last time today. Just north of 3:15 left to play here in this second half of your Jaguars taking on the Gold Nuggets.
Yeah, Nuggets seem to slow down the speed of play, recycling the ball back, looking for the easy ball. There's no need to. Okay, well, sorry about that. It looks like they do want to attack today. Again, Nuggets looking for that forward ball, and it will be a throw-in for the Lady Jaguars.
Great ball movement, but just unable to keep that one inside. That was intended for number 2 on the Golden Nuggets. Gregory unable to get a touch on it. Jaguars throw. That would be Shannon Best on it. And another throw in. 20 for the Jaguars. That's going to be Emily Rodriguez coming in for Ana Barragan. Just a couple minutes left here of this matchup. What has been an exciting one.
Very tough game for both opponents. You know, the sun shines for both and for all, and definitely has an effect on both teams. Great throw-in from the Nuggets there. Looking to play back to their goalkeeper, looking to recycle the ball and slow down the speed of play here. Final few minutes. Makes sense. You're up, I believe, 5-0.
Great communication there from the Golden Nuggets. Could be something dangerous for Jaguars. And once again, Villarreal coming out off of her line. Saw that one coming early and was proactive about it.
Great movement from the goalkeeper, Villarreal. She's had a good night. I mean, a good day. Sorry about that, folks.
Just north of a minute and a half left to play. Might be a tad behind or fast, not sure, but it looks like Jaguars have a free kick in the midfield. They're going to elect to go quick with it. With Flores now. Flores finds number 27 of the Jags, Lopez out wide.
I believe it will be a Jaguar throw-in. Okay, there was a deflection from the Nuggets there.
1 minute.
1 minute left to play now.
Ladies and gentlemen, our clock is finally correct. We are just about 2 seconds behind the official game clock. You might say to me, Cameron, why is that such an accomplishment? Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of stoppages of the clock in soccer that are sometimes not always communicated with the media team, and our clock is sometimes a little ahead, a little behind, so we are about 2 minutes behind, so about 32 seconds left to play in regulation time, and looks like Jasmine Dominguez wins one in the Gold Nuggets backfield. Good competition overall, and not a bad decision from number 2, Gregory, just to clear that one out. Let the Jags reset with a throw-in, especially being up 5-0. You know what they say, when in doubt, kick it out, and she elected to do so.
10, 8, 7.
And this one is going to be winding down. Looks like the Gold Nuggets will come in here and take this one 5-0 over the Jaguars. And ladies and gentlemen, I cannot thank you all so much for the support of the Jaguar Sports Network. Thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting this entirely student-run initiative. This has been Cameron Caldwell, Jesus Lopez, and we're going to be signing off. But keep it right here if you enjoy supporting your Jags or enjoy supporting your Gold Nuggets, or the Gold Rush it will be. Coming up next is the men's soccer game. Jaguars taking on the Gold Rush of Xavier University out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Once again, Cameron Caldwell,